It all began with a tremendous quake. Then the tidal wave and the flooding. Next came the eruption, the lava, and the fires. And finally, cold, darkness, disease. This was the Reset 1700. Alright, howdy everyone, Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back. Thanks again for joining me here for another Boots on the Ground. I appreciate you shooting in and joining a fella here. Wow, they didn't waste any time. What was it, 2 weeks ago? I think it was roughly 2 weeks ago I was here. They had this area fenced off, ready for demolition, but they hadn't started yet, and they did not waste any time. They've been going hard at it here. So I thought we would do a quick little follow-up video and see how things are progressing, and kind of take a walk around the backside here. Again, this is 16th Avenue Southwest off of 14th Street Southwest, just here in Sunalta, where I live. So we'll walk down here and see what we can see here, and then we'll go to 17th Ave around the frontage of these buildings and see what's going on. So stick around, be right back.
About a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for a basement.
All right, and we're back. Beautiful day here today. It's Friday, August the 22nd. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. It's already like 25 degrees Celsius, so low 80s Fahrenheit already for all my American friends. It's only going to get hotter. We've got a heat wave warning coming for the city for the remainder of the weekend and all through next week. And I still have next week off on vacation, so hey, there you go. Let's see what we can see over here. Yeah, they've already knocked down, I think, 3 buildings in here thus far. Am I going to be able to focus in on any of this through this fence? Not looking that way. I'll try and get a better shot here. Something tells me you'll be able to see a lot more from the front on 17th Avenue, but we'll give her a shot here. I see a big pile of bricks over there in that rubble. Just right there where that fella's kind of standing, where it looks like he's waist deep and stuff. Could be a bunch of old red bricks there. Now we know a lot of these buildings from that previous video were facaded in brick, textured brick or facade stone and all kinds of garbage. So we might have a chance to see something a little more interesting. They definitely knocked down the building that was adjoined to this little one here. There was one there, there was one there, and one there, and now they're in the process of knocking that last one down. So yeah, let me whip around to the front. They haven't started working on this ugly George Jetson looking thing yet, but let me go around to 17th Avenue and see how things are progressing up there. So hang tough, we'll be back in just another minute here. I'm going to cross here so we can have a look at it from the other side. Again, they're doing some reno work on this Nimmons block. It's not slated for demolition, thank goodness. Oh man, it looks like we missed it by maybe half an hour. They knocked down that, the one that supposedly was the oldest building. in this row. They're just finishing off that last little end that had the pawn shop and the cash loans on it. Looks to me though that right in that area you can see the schmutz on the outside, but then the innards of that wall is made up out of, it looks like that red terracotta building block of some kind, which I have seen very, very sporadically here on the channel in the past. In fact, Cousin Vinny and I saw a lot of that in Drumheller when we did our recent Mudflood tour of Drumheller there. And I know Streets of Tartaria has seen that in a few towns where he's currently touring in and around Idaho. A bunch of small towns with old world buildings that have a lot of that going on as well. So that's kind of unusual and very interesting. There it goes. Spraying it down to keep the dust down. They actually have the sidewalk open on that side. I think I'll run across from just up over here and kind of have a look at it from this way, because it looks like there's an open pit here, and that's where that ski cellar used to be, which I know did actually have a basement or a cellar. You can see some of the remnants of the bricks sticking out right there as well. So brick and that strange terracotta block. I love watching these guys with this heavy machinery when they're really good at it and they really know what they're doing. It's quite a sight to watch, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to cross up here and see what I can see from a little closer up. So hang tough, I'll be back in just another second here. Let's just quickly get a shot of this as well. So if you remember, there was another building butt up against this building. It looks like this one may very well be made out of cement blocks, cinder block, and then was facaded with some of that strange textured facade brick. That was the old Chinese restaurant with the acupuncture above it. This guy's attention, but he's wearing ear protection, which is smart. I just want to go to about, I don't know, maybe where that wooden telephone pole is right there, and just get a quick shot of that open excavation, and then I'm out of here. Let's see what I can do here. Hang tough 1 second. Yeah, so I was just chatting with that fella, and he said, yeah, go ahead. They're basically getting ready to wrap it up for the day. They're just getting all the loose hanging stuff and all the stuff that's perched precariously. They're just getting that ripped down, and then they're calling it a day. He said they've been at this for about 4 or 5 days with the demolition. And so this is basically day 6 now. So here's where that ski cellar was, and this was their basement. He said he was down there before they knocked the building down, and he said it was creepy as hell, and he said he felt like somebody had died down in there. So, not too good of vibes coming out of that old basement, the ski cellar, I guess. But he was saying it's pert near Miller time for these boys, so yeah, just finishing off some last minute stuff. Look at the debris. It's gonna take longer to clean up the debris than it is gonna knock these places down, you know what I'm saying? Wood, concrete, stone, brick, cinder block, all kinds of crap. I'm surprised somebody didn't try to nick that old ski cellar sign, just as a, you know, a keepsake, a historical artifact, if you will, for local Calgary business. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna have this done and dusted. I think that's gonna seal the deal here for Frankie. New West Reset, and this row of old buildings. Our follow-up visit here, just off the corner of 17th Avenue, 14th Street Southwest, here in Scarborough / Sonalta. So as usual, if you would be so kind, let me know what you think down below. I'm always interested to hear your opinion on this kind of stuff. Of course, don't forget to do all the other things down here to help a guy out. Until the next one, take care out there and have yourselves a good one. All right? I'm starting to babble. Maybe I'm getting heat stroke. I got to get some water. We'll see you next time. Cheers.